So I'm doing 2 videos in one day. Well, technically today I'm gonna upload like 5 or 6 that I've recorded throughout the past few days. But yes, so this is the second story time video in the same day. Yeah. So this story time is about a school fight. I might have said it, might have not have, but so I get to school. I go chill out with my dudes. I had like 4 or 5 friends that at school, and I got to school really freaking early. I had to get on the bus at like 6:30. So I get to school. I go hang out with my friends for the next 30 minutes before school starts at 7:30. And so me and my friends are talking, and they're like, "Hey, so you have that detention today?" I was like, "Oh man, I completely forgot I do." So it's detention, but they call it ISAP at the school that I went to at the time. So I'm like, "Oh man, I do. I completely forgot about that." So I go up to the ISAP room, and I realized there's a new teacher. We're a substitute. And so she introduces herself, and I'm like, "Hello." And then, actually, later that day, I was talking to my friends at the end of the day, and they were like, "Bro, you know that the old ISAP teacher got fired from the school for hooking up with the girls at the school?" I was like, "Bro, I always thought he was a creep." But that's another story for another time. I saw him talking to girls several times in that class. I can tell different stories too. But so, I go in the ISAP room. I'm like, "So I gotta stay all day, right?" She was like, "Yeah, sadly." So I'm in there all day. It's about the end of the day. So then she leaves for a minute to go do something. Then this kid, he gets up, starts walking around the classroom, going up to kids, slapping them in the back of the head and saying, "You're stupid." So he about 5 kids in a row. He walks up to me. Now we had these big dividers in that room. Big wooden dividers. And I actually have another story about how I refused to pull my chair up and I slid one of them over. And yeah, that's another story for another time. A crazy thing happened in that story. But so he comes up to me. He's like, "You're stupid." He hits me in the back of the head. Keep in mind, this kid's like 3 feet tall. At the time, I was probably like 5'3", so I was a little taller than him, but I wasn't that tall. So I stand up and look down at him. "Did you just hit me?" is what I said. He was like, "Yeah, and you're a retard." I was like, "You just put your hands on me. I have the right to beat the crap out of you." He's like, "No, you don't." And then he was really short, so he tried to push me up here, but he pushed me right in the stomach. And I'm like, "Young man, I'm gonna whoop you." And so he does that, slaps him in the chest, and I just went ham on him. I was a very angry individual at this time. So he slaps me in the chest. I look at him. I grab him by the shirt, and I say, "Be prepared for the whooping." I wrench my arm around his neck and get him in a headlock. He's squirming and screaming like this. I'm like, "Tap out, little boy." And I almost said little girl there, but I was wrenching my arm around his neck. He kept elbowing me like this. So I walk up to one of the dividers. I'm boom, boom, smashing his head into the divider. Some 8th graders roll up in the class. I mean, one of the dudes was 6 feet tall. I was like, "Bro, I didn't want to let go of him just because look at the size of this dude." But I didn't let go. I wrenched it even harder. Like I was, you could see the veins popping out of one of my veins on my neck. It was popping out. One of the kids in the ISAP class said, "Bro, you were so ripped, your veins were popping out." I was just like, I don't care right now, leave me alone. This was after the fight, but so I got my arm wrenched around him. So this 8th grader walks in. He's grabbing me, pulling me back. I let go after he grabs me. Then his friend runs in the room, grabs the other kid, pulls him back. Then then one of the school security monitor or whatever, he walks in the class. He separates us, puts our hand. This little kid, he jumps out of this 8th grader's arms, comes at me, starts trying to punch me in the stomach. I kick the dude so hard in the chest, he goes, and then I jump on top of him. I'm punching him in the face. The school security guard comes up in there with his taser already out, puts it to my back, says, "Get off this young man." I get off him. This young man hits me again, and then another teacher runs in, holds the little kid down, and then we got escorted to the office. I got referral. He got, I want to say he got another few days in ISAP for attacking me, but I couldn't believe that I got in trouble for that, because I was defending myself. That's a bunch of bull crap from the school. They should let kids defend themselves. But so then we're sitting there in the office, and these stupid teachers, I'm not even joking, they're stupid. This school was retarded. They set me here in the office, and they set this kid here in the office. And so we were sitting there. They wanted to get me taken off the bus because they were afraid that I rode the same bus as him. And I was like, you guys do know you set us like 3 feet apart from each other? He looks over at me. He flips the bird. I'm like, reverse card, buddy. He turns around and puts his head back down on a desk. And I'm just sitting there like, why am I in trouble? And then this little kid gets up, takes a piece of paper, throws it up in the air, and walks out of the office. Straight up OG Nibba. He just throws it, walks out. Not even joking. This kid was like 3 feet tall. He walks out of the office. They're like, "Young man, get back here before I give you a referral for throwing crap in my office." I was like, it's a piece of paper, first of all. Second of all, he's already gone. He's been gone. "Oh my God!" She starts screaming, raging hard. I mean, this principal raged too hard all the time. So then they track him down. Day's over. I go home. My dad's like, "Were you defending yourself?" I was like, "Yeah, I was defending myself. I didn't do anything wrong. I was defending myself. He was hitting kids, and then he hit me, and I just knocked his block off." And then it was at that moment that I realized my dad wasn't going to give a crap as long as I was defending myself, and I wasn't acting like a little girl about it, because I have another story that I'll tell another time about how I got bullied in like 3rd grade. I raged, flipped desk, threw desk. I did stuff like that a lot whenever I'd rage, and then finally my dad was like, "I don't not care if you knock the kid's teeth out." So that's another story for another time. I had several altercations with this kid. I actually ended up kind of dating his girlfriend. She dumped him. But I've had several fights with this guy. I can tell you all the stories about them in another video, but I just want to wrap up the video here and say thank you for watching this video, and remember, have a nice day.